Welcome to the Do-It-Yourself Hunter, the program that shows you how to hunt on the millions of acres of public and public accessible land in the U.S. Regular hunters, hunting the way America really hunts, returning to a place where land and game are plentiful, and outdoorsmen share a cooperative spirit. Using techniques we show you, you can pursue any trophy game animal in North America, saving a lot of money and facing the challenge of doing it yourself. And now, the Do-It-Yourself Hunter. This week, the Do-It-Yourself Hunters take you to New Mexico on a public land hunt for black bear. Without a guide or outfitter, with no dogs, and without bait, our team, using bow, muzzleloader, and rifle, bats 1,000. We'll show you how they did it and how you can do it on today's show.
See, this is the last day of September. We're back in New Mexico. Bear season opens in here tomorrow. We come in here, well, it's been about 10, 12 days ago. We was elk hunting in here. This thing was covered up with bears. What is a dirt tank here. We've been set back going hunting. There's not as much sign around. It rained last night. We come in here, it's middle of the morning, and it's probably about 3 o'clock now. There's been one bear back in here since this morning. We've been to go ahead and hunt it, because I've seen 9 bears on this thing one evening. So I'm gonna hang this tree stand, get everything ready. I hope these locals, that's what we got back in here early. You know, we finna get in here an hour or two before daylight in the morning, because this is public land we hunt right here, and anybody can hunt this hole. But if we get in here first, we can hunt this thing. So that's what we're gonna try doing, is just go ahead and hang in our stand and get everything ready. We camped about a half mile or 3/4 mile back on the other side of this ridge here. And we're gonna be in here first thing and set it out all day. I had never found very many places that you kill a bear with a bow. But if they come in this water right here, they'll come in close and we can take them with a bow, and that's what we're gonna try doing. Is see if we take some with a bow here.
In New Mexico, black bear licenses are available over the counter, but the license is not active until 48 hours after the purchase, so plan ahead. Also, New Mexico does not require hunter orange. Well, here's a situation that sometimes happens on public land. 2 hunters unknowingly walk right under our stands. Remember, it's first come, first served, and always be respectful. Fortunately, it wasn't long before the activity picked up again.
We'll let that there grow a little bit. That's what we have to. Maybe they'll start moving this button. 9:30. We've been in here since about 5:30 this morning. That's the first bear we've seen. But there'll be some more come in here. Maybe they get moving. We run and eat lunch. We got back in here. It's 2 o'clock. I'm gonna dust down with this camo duster. Keep her scent down. All you do is just sort of dust it on your underarms. Yeah, a lot of odor comes out of the top of your head here. Just dust it down. It's turned off hot. These bears will come this water this evening. You just have to wait and see, but don't look like they're in it swimming around since we left, so maybe we didn't miss nothing. Hope something happened this season. We have to wait and see.
As we said earlier, when hunting arid areas, find water and you'll find game. Everything has to have a drink. Later that day, our crew is back in position, running 2 cameras. Here, Steve, off camera, is videotaping a smaller bear to our left, while this stationary camera is on Jeremy. And for a while, neither of them is aware of this keeper bear that's coming in right under their stand. Now, things get interesting. Jeremy sees the big bear, but he can't get Steve's attention. Steve has a bear in his viewfinder and hasn't seen this one. Also, the whirring noise of the camera kept him from hearing Jeremy's signals.
I was trying to get your attention. You was filming that there. Hell, he walked out right here looking at me. He's moving right out there about 35, 40 yards. I don't know where he is, man, but I dropped him in his tracks. We got us a New Mexico bear. Killed him with a bow. We in Unit 10 here in the Zuni Mountains. I was in here about a week and a half ago elk hunting. And this thing was loaded up with bears, this tank, so we come back and we've had several opportunities to see it. I shot it once, Steve shot it one. I shot over and Steve shot under, and this one come in right at Darty. And there's another little bear come in on the other side. Steve was filming it. He didn't even see us come in. I was whistling at him trying to get him, because he wasn't standing 15 yards from me. But he boogered and he run out there about 40 yards and stopped. And Steve heard him in. I sent one in on him, boy, and I dropped him right in his tracks. I hit him just right. But that's... There ain't very many places you can kill a bear on public land. But I don't know, they was all come to this tank and not much water up in here. I felt like it was still in here. Had a couple other buddies come in here and hunt with us today too, and heck, they killed 2 this morning for rifles. We've done pretty good today.
In these situations, especially opening day on public land, you have to be ready to take the shot when it presents itself. You often don't have a lot of time, so at all times be prepared to shoot quickly.
Got it.
Well, these Mississippi boys are hoeing in high cotton now. That's 2 out of 5 tags filled, and we're not done yet.
We'd been through here yesterday. We saw this, we think it's the same bear in the same spot. We ran down the hill. Camp is just a quarter mile right over there. We took out this morning, ready for all day hunt. We probably made it 30 minutes. We had a good day. He's not the biggest bear in the world, but I sure like him. He's my first one. I'm proud of him.
Todd headed out of camp that morning to slip hunt the roads and trails near camp, where they had seen a lot of bear sign, working cover and shadow and covering a lot of ground. Now this goes to show anyone can take a bear if you're at the right place at the right time.
Drag him out there. Let's hear a speech.
Been dead 3 seconds. It's 9:36. This first day, opening season in New Mexico. We're hunting on the Continental Divide. And this is the second bear we killed since daylight. We come easing up the roads, trying to listen, see if we could hear something. We thought we heard something up here. We had so many birds flying over, hitting these oak trees, we really couldn't tell what it was. We just take 2 or 3 steps and stop. I don't know where this bear come from. He just materialized. I ain't saw him before I did. But anyway, it'd been a good bow shot, but obviously we didn't have a bow with us, so we're not trophy hunting today, as you can tell. But you know, that's what we come out here for, is to hunt on public land, and we've been quite successful so far. We're fishing to go get Daddy and see if we can get him on one.
Back in New Mexico, still on opening day of bear season, Todd's father, Bobby Tyndall, is using a little-known technique called sleep hunting. Later that day, they sighted a nice bear at a distance. With the steady wind in their favor, covering their noise and scent, Todd and Bobby stalked this big black bear.
Big son of a gun right there, boy. Oh, nice. Yeah. That's a big son of a gun.
All right, it's still opening day here in New Mexico. It's about 3:30. Zane and I filled our tags this morning, and we went down to see how Daddy had done, and he hadn't seen anything. We come back up the road and had a Jeep come in on us. Bam. Turn around. Looking at that barrel we under coming after me. Anyway, I think it was about the Jeep episode. We had a Jeep come in on us. We let him go and come on down. Decided to come on up here. The wind started blowing down the hill. And we could see this. The bear was so black, we could see him no problem. Got Daddy in position. I think Zane had a little trouble with the camera. So I don't know. I hope y'all can see him fall. This is public hunting. We're on public land. We're going to show you how to do it. So tap into our website and we'll give it to you at the end of this film.
In New Mexico, as in most western states, you can camp almost anywhere on national forest land. Just remember to leave your campsite cleaner than you found it.
Folks, we're in New Mexico here. It's 1st October. This is the second year we killed all these bears the open day of season. I was in here about a week and a half ago elk hunting and found all these bears. Boy, these most bears I've ever found in one spot. So I called a couple of buddies here and told them he was in here, and heck, we literally didn't come. And look what we done. One day of hunting. Ain't very many places you can hunt public land and do this good in a day. And we've seen several other bears. But this is just every once in a while you run across from a hot place like this. I was afraid these locals were gonna beat us in here too. I didn't know if they found them too, but we pretty much had it to ourselves. I guess all these bears are probably in here because of the kind of weather we've had this year. It's been fairly dry. There's not but 1 or 2 water holes up here. Got a real good acorn crop, and these bears are trying to hang around at the top of these ridges and eat these acorns, get ready for winter. You know, these bears are probably not in here like this every year, because we was in here about a week later, muzzleloader hunting last year. And these locals was talking about there's a bunch of bears here during archery season. We hunted I was in here for about 7 days and I didn't see a bear. But I believe, just all the situation worked out right. The weather, it's been real dry, and these bears, when we was in here, bow hunting elk, these bears was thin. These things was hungry, but these acorns got falling good. That's why they all conjugated right in here. There's plenty of food source here. But I don't know if we could come back next year and have the same luck, or, there was a lot of bears in here. We probably seen 20 bears when we was in here elk hunting, so I know there's a lot of bears in here. But it's pretty good to kill 4 out of 4 first day. We'll see what Steve can do today.
Here's a situation you might find yourself in while hunting public land. Steve set up on a watering hole, and a bear came in from behind him. When he turned to get in position to make the shot, the bear saw his movement and circled around the tank to come in from the other side. When he did, another public land hunter put his tag on him.
Steve, these 2 guys over here, we saw this bear coming in. They sneaked right up below us here. Shot the bear before it got in on them. They hadn't found it yet, but they're not about 20 steps from it. Yeah, they got him now.
We struck out this morning. We didn't run into anything. Well, they've walked out of camp, killed 3 bears just walking out of camp, so we're gonna try that this afternoon and walk over this hill right here. There's a lot of little scrub oaks down through there. They're feeding a whole lot on those acres. And they're just milling around. They're filling up, getting ready for winter right now. They're putting on layers of fat, and that's the reason that they're milling around and eating all day. So we're just gonna walk over the hill here and walk around through these scattered oaks up here and see what we can run into. This is what these bears are feeding on, these little green-looking acres like this. Can you imagine how many of them it'd take to fill up a 300-pound black bear? Look at all these leaves and limbs and stuff over here on the ground. And our camp is 50 yards right straight through there. These bears are climbing up these little trees and breaking these limbs off and just gorging themselves. They got to because winter's coming on.
After a couple of hours of slip hunting, Steve decides to return to the tank where he'd seen a number of bears earlier and hunt from a tree stand.
This was a pretty little bear. Not the biggest bear in the world, but he's a good bear now.
Brown bear.
We had a good time. This is 5 for 5. We came to New Mexico to hunt public land up here. Jeremy was up here a couple of weeks ago and found all these bears in here. 5 of us came up here, and this is the 5th bear we've taken. We sat on this tank yesterday. We saw 5 or 6 bears. Another guy came in and killed one right on the other side, right over there near where I just killed that one. We got them on film dragging it out. We've had a really good hunt. Not many places that you can go and kill 5 bears on public land with no baiting, no dogs, or nothing. Dogs are legal here, and there were some dogs running in here this morning. We thought it might have been some of them old boys from back home. Let's get down and go take a look at him. That pretty hair. It's one of these color phase bears that they talk about they have out here. That night 45 is a wicked load. 150 grains of that Power Dex powder. That's about an average size bear for New Mexico.
Thanks for watching The Do-It-Yourself Hunter. We hope you've enjoyed this episode and that you'll use the knowledge we've shared today and that you'll pass it along to others as we have passed it on to you. If you like what you've seen, give us a like, click that thumbs up button, and please subscribe to see more of our weekly updated content. Check out our library of great hunts here on YouTube. Until next time, we hope we'll see you in the great outdoors.